Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We back with another video. Today we're watching UnrealEntGaming, and we're watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super. Zamasu sends Goku Black's army away. Beast Gohan versus Goku Black concludes. Alright. Oh, Beast Gohan versus Gohan Black concludes. Goku Black. Alright, anyway. Shoot. I mean, Zamasu's on our side now. I don't know why I say our side, like I'm in the motherfucking fight, but he's on our side now. And then, so we'll see what's going on, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
As our story now continues, following the initial events of our heroes being shown having to wage war and going up against Goku Black's Dark Warriors, as with Orange Piccolo shown having to clash with none other than Super Saiyan Rose Trunks Black upon also finding out that Zamasu had turned against Goku Black, was when Vegeta then went on to chime in. So you're seriously meaning to tell me that this version of Zamasu actually wants to go and help us stop Goku Black? And why are we to believe him when they are both one and the same? And so what's in it for him? With Zamasu responding, so listen, you may choose to believe whatever it is that you wish to want to believe, but stopping Goku Black's dark forces from further causing more chaos is what we should be by far more focused on than anything else at the moment. Right, but what exactly is in it for you, Kaioshin Vegeta questions? For we have absolutely no reason to go and trust anything that comes out of your mouth, and so unless you tell us on why you're doing this, then you can count me out. With Zamasu responding, seriously? Are you listening to yourself right now, mortal? For you must realize the gravity of our situation, because by eliminating Goku Black's henchmen before engaging against Goku Black head-on would not only leave Black helpless and without aid, but this would also give us the chance to therefore attack him all at once and stop him before things go from bad to so much worse if we don't. And so this is why we must target the others, Zamasu continues. And while I don't think that fighting Goku Black alone will be as easy as any of you might assume for it to be, it's better for us to ensure that Goku Black doesn't have the means to fall back on anyone like how he did with my counterparts, which is why the others must be sent away so that way we can go and handle him alone. And so we must hurry, for we are also running out of time. And so if you choose not to believe me, then that is your problem and not mine, Zamasu continues. But either way, I will do what I must and carry this out the best and only way that I know how. And if you truly wish to help me, then you will go and do exactly as we just did and create a momentary distraction for me to go and find and open the respective realm which they each belong in, so that way you can go and attack them on my signal and send these monsters back to where they belong once and for all. And so listen closely. While we have the means to go and attack, I want you both to shift your attention on over and focus on the one who calls himself Trunks. As all the while in the meantime, elsewhere on the battlefield, with full-powered Super Saiyan Broly being shown having to attack and unleashing a barrage of ferocious strikes upon Super Saiyan 3 Rose Goku Black, was when Goku Black then went on to chime in. I'll admit, your raw power is exactly how I imagined that it would be, especially since you aren't shown fully being able to control it. For if I didn't train to get to where I currently am here against you, Black adds, then I more than likely would have died by your dirty Saiyan hands, but at least now I am able to gauge myself and see exactly where it is that I stand when compared to you, and I must say, I'm quite impressed, surprised by how powerful I've become while you mortals remain the same. And while your raw power and mine appear to be evenly matched, or at least for the time being, Black went on to then uppercut Broly in the face by responding, I can assure you now that you will not outlast me in this fight, because there are still many things that I have yet to show you that I have hidden up my sleeve and waiting for all of you to see. One of which being a power that goes far beyond your own, Black went on to then continue upon being shown blocking off Broly's attack. And in case you think that you have me all figured out, then you are in for a rude awakening. But even then, while this was shown having to happen, when then venturing back on over to Orange Piccolo and Super Saiyan Rose Trunks Black, with Trunks being shown clinching onto his face, was when Trunks then went on to respond respond. Why, you? This can't be true. How are you so powerful in this timeline, whereas in mine you were already destroyed before the fight had even started between us? And so how could this be? You aren't the real Piccolo. You just can't be. Because the real Piccolo was never this powerful. With Piccolo then responding, well, you can go and forget about everything that it is that you think you know about me. Because right now you went and made the biggest mistake of your miserable life by choosing to come into this timeline by stealing the body and the power of another one of our own. And I promise that you will pay dearly for the crimes that you have committed, Zamasu, stolen army of Saiyans or not. But even then, Trunks Black was not having it, because despite with Trunks Black then being shown dashing right towards Piccolo, was when Trunks Black then went on to respond, you of all mortals should know your place and understand that you could never, no matter how badly you tried, ever come close in surpassing my power. But then, it was only just then from out of nowhere, before Trunks Black even saw it coming, was when Ultra Ego Vegeta had then gone as far as to dash on him, by from that point then being shown having to uppercut Trunks Black in the stomach by then responding, oh, I'm sorry, but did I just happen to hear you say something about having the Namekians surpass your power, Kaioshin? And in what world do you think that this so-called power you wield belongs to the likes of you? Because I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't. For this power belongs to my son that you destroyed, coward. For my son could never reduce himself into becoming as weak and as pathetic as you. So go and do as you just said and know your place among the strongest to ever exist. For you're not one of them and you will never be one of them, coward. To which it was only then now from out of nowhere, with Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku then shown having to swoop on in kicking Super Saiyan Rose future Trunks Black in the face and having to knock him away, was when Goku then went on to respond, sorry about that, Vegeta, but if we are to do this, then we gotta hurry and take every chance that we can to send these monsters back to where they belong. And so now hurry, Piccolo, now's your chance to blast this bastard with everything that you have, and so you have to hurry and fire that thing right now, with Piccolo then shouting, right, and so now let this be a painful reminder of why you will never be anything like the real future Trunks. And so this
y'all just making them stronger,
aren't y'all?
Monster
light grenade attack! To which seconds later, with Orange Piccolo's light grenade attack being shown having to slam right into future Trunks as Zamasu had stood behind him, was when future Zamasu then went on to chime back in, yes, there we are, and now that I have him within my sights, it's time that I go and send you to where you rightfully belong and be through with you and your kind from this battlefield once and for all. And to think that this was going to be what I would become, Zamasu adds, for I could never allow for this to stand, especially not with everything that I've seen and experienced with Goku Black. For this nightmare has to end, and it's time that you go back to where you came from and remain where you belong without being brought back. Zamasu went on to use his time ring. All right, and down goes the second one. Good work, Zamasu, we got him. Goku then went on to quickly shout, oh, I can't believe that I'm hearing those words leave your mouth, Kakarot. Wait a second, did I just hear you right, Orange Piccolo? Surprisingly then went on to question, you were in on this the whole time? So that Zamasu there is on our side? But how could you be so sure that we could even trust him? Piccolo went on to then further question, because why in the world would he have any reason to go and help us for? Piccolo further questions, surely you don't think that he's actually being serious here, are you, Goku? Or are you absolutely sure that we can count on him? Look, Goku says, I know that it may look bad because I was also skeptical about his entire plan myself, but, well, so far he's shown us that he really isn't on Goku Black's side, nor does he even want to be, and so therefore we have to trust him, Goku continues. There's no telling on what he knows about Goku Black that we don't, and so we'll have to put our faith in him unless something were to change later on, with Piccolo having to respond, but it's just working alongside Zamasu was, well, not something that I would have seen in the cards here today, but god. Oh well, I trust your judgment, Goku, with Zamasu then having to chime back in. Come now, look, over there, as there is only one that remains before singling out the main and strongest target of the bunch, and so that one there is all that remains, and so we have to act fast while that Savage Saiyan you call Broly has Goku Black's attention. So if we are to act upon something, then we must do it now, with Goku responding, right, it's that Gohan Black over there, isn't it? Well, it looks like since Gohan doesn't appear as though he needs our help, Goku adds, this is what we're going to do, and so I need you to listen, Zamasu, with Zamasu quickly responding, I already know about what you're thinking, son Goku, and so I'll wait on your signal before I move in and strike.
Gohan taking care of business.
Plan?
That's what he doing.
So back on over in the meantime, when then venturing back over to Super Saiyan Rose Ultimate Gohan Black having to battle against Beast Gohan, with Beast Gohan now being shown in complete control, the entirety of this battle involving both Gohans had seemed to have been a very personal one, as Beast Gohan then went on to respond, you heartless, no good, rotten pile of trash. You think you could just steal my body and already expect to know how to wield my power better than I could, Beast Gohan questions? No, for you could never, and to think that you would go as far as to use my own body and go and hurt my family is something that goes far below simply hitting rock bottom, Zamasu, as I'll make sure that you go and pay for the nightmares you've caused within your own world, coward. And what makes you believe that you and your tribe of apes could ever measure up to the power of a god, Gohan Black responds. Okay. How could you be so sure of yourself when our battle isn't quite over, Saiyan? For I can go and tell you now that on King Zamasu's honor, you will never beat us no matter how many of you there are. And so why don't you just give up already and die? Funny, Gohan responds. So now there's a so-called King Zamasu among your gang of body-snatching losers
talk
too?
your shit,
well, I'm
Gohan.
sure of myself quite a bit, actually, because the very same god power that you keep on bragging about is the very same source of power that comes from deep within us. You know, the mortals that you really, really hate, isn't that right? And so that means that as long as we possess the will to carry on, Gohan adds, then you and your goons will never be able to beat us, Zamasu. But it's very ironic because for someone who continues to brag about their stolen god power, Gohan adds, you sure do seem to be losing against me now, aren't you? And
hey, Gohan, you're talking too much. You're talking too much. I don't like this.
It's simple, Zamasu, because unlike you, we didn't have to go and steal someone else's body and power in order to go and prove a point, Kaioshin. And so now just look at you. This is the example that you continue to set for yourself. Fragile body, fragile ego, weak mind, weak spirit. That is who you are, and that is all that you will ever be.
Oh, damn.
You're such a fool, Gohan. Do you truly believe that even if you win, that it signifies some kind of an end? Because that couldn't be further from the truth, Gohan Black then went on to add. For you may stand victorious now, but the chessboard is vast and you have barely beaten the pawns, mortal. And of all the timelines which you stand stronger than me now, there awaits another that will devour you and that very light that burns within your very spirit's hole. For Zamasu is eternal, Saiyan. And so don't assume that you've won just because you've thrown us to the wayside, with Beast Gohan responding, and do you think that's honestly supposed to scare me or something, Zamasu? Because you can stop wasting your breath, for you only have but a few moments away from being destroyed, and since your fate with me has already been sealed, go and put your hands up and die with some honor, you scum. You think I'm trying to scare you, Saiyan? No, for I'm just telling you the truth of the matter, Black went on to then continue, because as much as you want to assume that this is over, this, my friend, is far, far from over. Not by a long shot, and not until King Zamasu is done having his way.
King Zamasu is crazy.
And so I just want you to know that just as much as you hate to hear it, but since we were able to evolve your primal powers far beyond what you could have ever have hoped to possibly achieve, for if we were able to do that back then win through evolving Goku and Vegeta's God transformations, then just imagine as to what I could do with this beast level of yours if I were to go on and achieve it too. Either way, you are without a chance, Gohan, you hear me? You, Saiyan scum, are without a chance in the world of stopping us. But it was only just when Gohan Black had attempted to strike Beast Gohan, with Beast Gohan quickly having to be shown teleporting out of the way, was when Gohan then went on to respond, "Oh, is that so? Well, do you still believe that we're the ones that are without a chance of destroying you here, Black? Or is it the fact that you are the ones who are drowning in the deep end, Zamasu? How dare you go and use my body along with my power to hurt innocent people, you disgusting excuse for life? How dare you go and hurt the people that I care about by using my face as a mask to cover up your failures, Kaioshin? No more, for I'm going to shred you for what you've done," Beast Gohan responds upon being shown elbowing Black in the spine, which only then within that moment, surprisingly enough, with Zamasu yet again being shown having to use his time ring in creating a portal and sending Gohan back to where he came, was when Zamasu then went on to respond, "And now to rid you of your duties and send you back to the timeline where you belong, for you will not use my name to enact your false sense of justice. And so good riddance to you along with your hypocritical vision of a new utopia, back from where you came, vermin." Wait a second, is he on our side, Beast Gohan questions, with Orange Piccolo having to then chime in, "Trust me, me and Vegeta are just as taken back as you are by this, but more on that a little later because we have bigger fish to fry at the moment, and so we gotta stay focused here, kid." To which, lo and behold, with all of Goku Black's Dark Warriors then sent back to their own respective timelines, was when Zamasu then went on to add, "I can only hope that this ring works and that they are all sealed within their realms, never to return again. But now is not the time to ponder, because as long as that monster remains intact and mobile without pushback against him, then he is the greatest threat which endangers us all unless he is dealt with here and now. He, the one who claims to be many, is all that remains." To which, as Broly's battle with Goku Black in the distance was now beginning to intensify, was when Zamasu then went on to continue, "And now with each of them being sent back to where they all belong, this here just leaves us with only one more who remains," Zamasu says, "the strongest among them all and the leader and the very source of this entire mess to begin with. And so now that we have him right where we need for him to be, we cannot afford to make any mistakes against him, or he will somehow find a way to use them all against us. And in any case, if we don't somehow find a way to destroy him right here, right now, then we may never be able to win if we can't end him at this exact moment," as it was only right then and there now during that moment, with the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Goku Black's Resurrection manga chapter number 16 special then comes to a close.
Actually, I'll go and take it from here, as I do want to go as
Beyond Dragon Ball Super, Goku Black's new transformation, the birth of Makaioshin Goku Black. I was like, damn, that word looks weird. What the fuck's that? Anyway. Another 2-in-1.
As our story now continues, following the initial battle involving Super Saiyan 3,
we got like 4 chapters left too, so I'm brushing through these guys.
Being sent back to their own respective timelines, courtesy of an alternate Zamasu. As with Super Saiyan Rose 3, Goku Black being shown having to continue his battle against full-powered Super Saiyan Broly, was when Goku Black then went on to chime in, "Well, I will admit that your power is far more impressive for it being something that a primitive beast like yourself, which cannot manage to find a way to control. But if you honestly think that you will be getting the better of me solely off of your raw anger and power alone, then you are mistaken, for you Saiyans are without a chance if you believe that your power, despite its massive size, would be large enough to beat me. For you should have already known that this would happen upon choosing to battle against a god such as myself," Black went on to then knee Broly in the stomach. "But perhaps I was wrong to have not searched for another Zamasu who had taken your body in another timeline.
Boy, that would have been crazy. energy.
The perfect vessel for my counterpart to go and use against humanity. But perhaps once I am done slaughtering you all, will I only then go and check. Now kneel before your one true God and accept
with the
your
Broly
fate,
body
because
is
you
nasty.
will only go so far against me here while you. But then it was only just upon with Goku Black being shown having to punch Broly away, upon them being shown looking on down and noticing Beast, Gohan, and Piccolo making their way towards Black, was when Beast, Gohan, they went on to shout, "Hang on, Broly, we're coming, and so you aren't
Hey,
going
Gohan.
to do this alone."
Hey, a sneak attack would have been perfect right there.
Those worms again, but surely they weren't able to raid all of the other Zamasus within such a short amount of time like this, have they? But it was only just before Black could even go as far as to realize it, with Broly being shown grabbing onto Black's neck, was when Goku Black then went on to respond, "Guys, it's why you want to let go of me, you beast." But Broly was not having it, because upon Broly then being shown having to headbutt Goku Black with the others making their way in, was when Goku then went on to shout, "This is it, you guys. While Broly is able to get the better of him within the moment, we've got to go and make our way in and attack him right now. And so now is the best time for us to go and take him down while we can. And so out of the way now, Broly. Everyone remember to stay on him no matter what, because we can't have him go and try to escape and leave here either." In which upon that very moment, with Ultra Instinct Goku then shown having to punch Black in the face before sending him back down, was when Goku then went on to continue, "Nice try, Black, but if you thought that by bringing an army here to try and stop us was going to work, well then you can go and guess again. And so now hurry, you guys. He's making his way down towards you both right now." Right, and so we've got him locked within our sights, Beast Gohan went on to then respond.
Shit.
"Now let's go and bring the pain
Get his
right
ass
back to him, Piccolo." "Damn them. How could this be happening to me?" Black then went on to question. "This wasn't how things were supposed to go upon coming here." But as both Gohan and Piccolo were
But
then
it is
shown having
going
to
how
punch
it's gonna
Goku
be
Black in the
going,
stomach
nigga.
upon Black being sent up flying towards Vegeta, was when Piccolo then went on to respond, "You should have remained dead instead of choosing to go through with this kind of pain against us like this
finish him
again.
off right
and so
now.
he's all yours, Vegeta. And to think that you could go and challenge me again as you are and think that you could have won," Vegeta says, "only goes to further prove that you have learned absolutely nothing since the last time you've experienced this. But allow me to go and remind you of that very pain that I went and put you through before, you disgusting excuse for a Kaioshin." In which as soon as Vegeta was shown having to double axe handle Goku Black across the back of the head and causing Goku Black to hit the floor below, was when Vegeta then went on to continue, "For you were shown having to lose once before, and you will once again be shown having to lose again here today, Kai." That's right, Goku then went on to chime in, "And if you truly know what's good for you, then you should just go and give up now, because you aren't going to win here, and you know it, Black." To which even then, despite with Goku Black now shown having to struggle in standing back up upon being shown getting dropped back down, was when Zamasu went as far as to approach Goku Black by then responding, "Just take a look at what you've become. The irony of your existence is as
Zamasu giving him
fascinating as it
a
is
talking.
troubling to watch,
Now
because it's
Zamasu
tragic
giving him
in
a
way,
talking.
For it's tragic to watch you descend into madness and hypocrisy, only for it to open my eyes in seeing the truth behind the very lies that you were telling this entire time. But you don't truly care
Call him a
about
bitch
any
ass
of that,
nigga.
right? No, you don't. And in your quest for ultimate power and control, Zamasu continues, you have grown to become the very thing that you grew to despise, a hypocrite of the highest possible
They called you a
order,
hypocrite,
and deep
damn.
down you are desperate. For you have become the very monster which you have grown to hate, yet your ambitions to still want to continue with your plans, despite failing the first time you've attempted them, goes to show on how desperate you truly are to see it through. And in your merciless slaughter of Gowasu from my timeline, along with the imprisonment of the Gowasu from your, Zamasu continues, you went and revealed yourself to be the very epitome of the same corruption that you sought out to eradicate from the cosmos. As your hatred has blinded you to the realization of what you had become, and I will not stand and allow for you to continue to use me as your pawn in this sick and twisted game that you've created. And by declaring this, I acknowledge my role in your creation within the cosmos that now unfolds, and even though my hands are not clean, Zamasu adds, I will do what must be done to correct this egregious mistake, for your downfall will be a testament to my resolve in correcting the atrocities that you yourself have caused, and that, my dear Zamasu, Zamasu, I will guarantee. And although I never would have imagined for things to turn out the way they did, you are not what I would have aspired to become. You, a Kaioshin with status, who chooses to use a mortal's body and the mortal's power to go and try to destroy all mortals within the multiverse, are an abomination. And without the aid of your dark army to stand at your side to see that you win, you are now left to fend for yourself all alone with no one to blame but yourself for what is about to happen to you, Kaioshin, with Black then having to shout, You, how dare you go and turn your back on me after I went and offered you a chance at salvation, you treacherous little worm? And just who exactly are you to deny me of my destiny, you repugnant fool? And if I would have known that you would have turned against me like this and stabbed me in the back, then I would have ended your life the moment I ended your master's when I came to you, with Zamasu responding, well, it's a real shame, isn't it? But if one of us is destined to perish here in battle between us, then let this be how your story finally ends, and by having this come by none other than your very own hands, Black. But then, it was only just before Zamasu was able to cut Goku Black down, with Goku Black then shown grabbing onto Zamasu's saber, was when Black then went on to respond, actually, on second thought, I have a far better idea, you traitorous little worm. Because maybe you haven't figured it out by now, but I'm not the one who will be the first to fall between us. In fact, I believe that you appear to be overlooking one very important detail here, Zamasu. And that is those who live by the sword will ultimately die by that very same sword. As you, fellow Zamasu, have actually lived long enough. And so before you are destroyed,
somebody help him. There's like
that you
5
never
niggas.
Stood a chance here against me, and you never will. To which, shockingly enough, from out of nowhere, as Goku Black was then shown having to unleash a gigantic energy blast, which further went on to overtake Zamasu whole, as with the others then having to oversee this, was when Goku then went on to chime in, Vegeta, this is really bad. He's even going after his own by slaughtering himself if it means getting what he wants in the end. I can't
Are y'all surprised?
Vegeta responds, he's going to destroy himself in order to go and destroy us in the process. No, he won't make it, Beast Gohan then went on to quickly shout. So we've got to go and do something now before it's too late, or else we're going to lose him, you guys. No, Piccolo then went on to quickly chime in, for it would be foolish to go and try and save him, because from what it looks like down there, there's nothing that we could do to save him, because it's already too late. And so as sad as it is, we'll need to remain where we are at the moment and wait and see on what his next move will be. To which moments later, with the dust and debris now beginning to settle all around Goku Black, with Goku Black now being shown standing tall, was when Black then went on to continue, good riddance, you treacherous little meddling rodents, and to think that I would be so kind as to trust you. Well, never again. But now that he's out of my way, allow me to fill you all in on a little secret, mortals. You see, what you are all seeing now is my semi-final form, a prelude level of power, which is a placement holder for something much, much stronger, as the fall of Universe 10's God of Destruction was but the first step in my grand design, a design where I, as its architect, have discovered secrets hidden from even the most divine beings, Black continues. And once I complete the final ritual needed in order to officially be given the title of Universe 10's new God of Destruction, I will then become that much closer in realizing my destiny, while you fools are all destroyed in the process of it happening. But just because I am not an official destroyer by title, does it not mean that I too don't share the ability to wield the power of a destroyer myself, for I had made a discovery. As this groundbreaking discovery of mine transcends the mere act of destruction itself, for I have found of ways to harness the residual energies of my absolute potential in further channeling my innate strength into a form that goes goes far beyond this one. And since your understanding of power is elementary at best, allow me to explain. You see, after using the time rings given to me in order to peer into the annals of history, I not only had used those time rings to look into and study your powers, but I also went as far as to find a way on how to combine them. And while I struggled to tap into and figure out the ways of entering into and mastering the power of Ultra Instinct, I instead went and took interest in two other sources of power who had given me just what I needed in order to go beyond the domain of the gods. Vegeta and Gohan, Black continues.
Shit.
And while carefully observing Vegeta's usage of his destroyer power, which was embedded with both anger and divine might, I then began to take notice and observe Gohan's beast form after, which I only then later noticed was forged through his raw, untapped potential that was fueled by his rage as a half-breed that had later inspired a convergence of cataclysmic proportions within myself the very moment that I had went and seen this. For when I faced you all before, I had overlooked the fact of using anger as a way to grow like how you were all shown using, which was why my growth was cut short before I could go and exercise this approach, Black says, prior to fusing with my future counterpart, Zamasu. And while my potential is vast and my adaptability being boundless, Gohan over there has proven throughout history that potential is everything in a fight. And now I intend on maximizing mine. And while you may have stalemated me through your combined efforts in unifying yourselves as one here against me, there is nothing that will prepare you for the nightmare that you are all about to experience, as I made sure to prepare myself very thoroughly this time around, for you are all doomed and there will be nothing that either of you can do that will change that. And if you truly believe that you are able to understand the concept of what it means to maximize and evolve divine powers greater than that of a god, then you fools are already dead and you don't even realize it yet. And so you should all feel honored to be within my presence and witnessing what is about to happen here, because Universe 10's Angel along with that pathetic Kaioshin Goku were the only ones who were able to see it when they did. Only this time, as our battle reaches its final moments,
when you got the chance.
It will be you who will fall one by one until I make sure that there are none of you left that remain. And if you thought that I was difficult to handle in battle as I currently am, then just imagine on how big of a problem I am going to be once I go and reveal my true power. For the scales are now tipped in my favor here against you, Worms, Black adds, and it's only going to be a matter of time before each and every single one of you crumble. For no longer will I stand to have you mortals come in between my plans, nor will I allow myself to ever fall like how I have fallen to you before again.
We used to that, ain't we?
Now watch as I reveal to you a power which you have never seen before and never will. For I am Zamasu, and I am without an equal, Black continues. To which within that very moment, as Goku Black was now beginning to transcend himself and evolving into showing everyone his final form, was when Goku then went on to chime in. Whoa, Vegeta, are you sensing that too? His desire for wanting revenge for what had happened to him before has caused him to completely lose his mind in the process. Oh, and whatever kind of power he's about to go and introduce is certainly going to be a power that we simply can't underestimate or look down upon either, Kakarot, Vegeta says. Piccolo, are you seeing this? Gohan then went on to ask. Look, he's starting to change, but how is he able to pull something like this off without destroying himself in the process? His power, it's unreal. Oh, I knew that he more than likely was hiding something far stronger the moment we started fighting before you all arrived. And it looks like I was right, Gohan continues.
Yeah,
to make
should've killed him.
Is he went and used my methods of harnessing my potential on the surface to go and do it too. Oh, and so now what do we do? With Piccolo then having to respond, well, I don't like this one bit, and so if we don't hurry and find a way to go and take him down now, then he'll simply just go and continue to adapt himself and grow even stronger while the rest of us struggle to keep up, and so we can't go and take any chances against him here either. Oh, and to think that this bastard would come back only to later eclipse us all in power like this is deafening, Gohan adds. Especially as of right now, but look, I think he's finished, and what a terrifying power. In which moments later, lo and behold, with Goku Black now finally having to unveil the fruits of his training in having to demonstrate and showcase his newly found transformation, was when Goku Black had then gone as far as to stand tall by then addressing everyone and responding, and now behold, mortals, for I now stand before you all, reborn, but not merely as your adversary in this war that we continue to wage, but as a deity beyond your feeble understanding, for I now stand as the Alpha among you, as I hereby want to introduce myself to you all as Makaioshin Goku Black. And while I stand here before you all at the pinnacle of my supreme power, Black adds, I am no longer second to any of you in stature, as no amount of singular prowess or combined might will be able to stop me now. And as I wait here ready to destroy you, I want you all to mark my words that each of your roles in this life will be remembered as being nothing more than footnotes in my grand design by the time this is over. What the heck is that? Vegeta then went on to further question. I've never seen such a form like this before, and what's even worse is that his power appears boundless too. Oh, well, this isn't good, Goku then went on to respond, because just when we thought that things were over here between us, it only now looks as though they are just getting started, with Black having to then continue, just look at this, would you? I am unbeatable, and now that I am at the pinnacle of my power with no rival in sight, I am going to take my sweet time and make you all suffer nice and slow. For you are all without a hope in the world of defeating me now, with Gohan questioning, unbelievable. And so now what do we do? With Piccolo responding, incredible. Well, we've got to go and hold our ground here against him is what we're going to have to do. And so get ready, because this looks as though it's going to be the real deal here, Gohan, with Black having to then chime back in. Oh, and I can promise you that it will, because not only am I going to enjoy this in more ways than one, but I am going to make sure that you all pay for everything it was that you did to me, mortals. As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of Goku Black's Resurrection manga chapter number 17 special then comes to a close.
This nigga is about to get started, nigga. God. Boy, that boy, Goku Black. Yeah, we got four chapters left. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, gonna be some tough chapters right here. I can already tell. Ooh, man. Tell me what y'all think about this down below. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Boy, Goku Black is about to turn up for real. I want to see how they gonna defeat this nigga. I don't even know. Yeah, but make sure y'all check out the last chapters right here. Check out another video about Dragon Ball Z right there, and make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe as well. You know, so I'm saying at the end, and I'll catch y'all next time. Shout out to UnrealEntGaming, and peace.